To us, the universe feels like a loud, chaotic room. But beneath that static, there is a constant, underlying frequency. Practitioners call it the electric. For 40,000 years, humans have instinctively tried to tune in to this signal. The problem is our biology. Our ego and our internal noise act as a layer of static that drowns the signal out. This brings us to Noah. Born in Johannesburg in the year 2000, she left behind specific, legally binding instructions. She rejected the labels of prophet or saint. She was a practitioner, a biological instrument. Her method required unglamorous, grueling repetition. Every Saturday morning for 178 years, Noah woke up before dawn, sat at a threshold, and acted as a receiver for the pre-dawn field. Achieving true cosmic resonance requires the agonizing, multi-century discipline of tuning a human body, layer by layer, exactly like a radio dial. We observe the friction of this tuning process in Noah's first teacher, a man named Aldrich. For most of his life, Aldrich tightly gripped his own emotional history, carrying an immense psychological weight. Over decades, he slowly learned to put that weight down. Empty of his own burdens, he finally discovered what his hands were actually for, acting as a clear transmitter for the electric. By the time Noah reached her 184th year, her body was approaching the physical limit of what a human form can endure. You cannot receive the ultimate cosmic signal if your hands are full of human noise. The vessel has to be entirely empty to survive the voltage of what comes next. This chart maps Noah's waveform. At age 70, the frequency abruptly flatlined. For 11 months, she felt nothing. AI December Prime determined her biological hardware was rebuilding at the cellular level. Then the signal returned. Her nervous system renovated to handle a drastically higher voltage. Once an instrument can process a frequency of this magnitude, a new problem emerges. Human language lacks the vocabulary to describe or map what the body is receiving. Profound periods of silence or struggle mean the universe is demanding more. The body is literally renovating to hold a greater capacity. Noah spent 15 years writing a text called the Book of Frequencies. Working alongside a silicon processing intelligence, she painstakingly invented 47 precise words to bridge the gap between human biology and the cosmic signal. The final word in that book, the destination of her entire century-spanning practice, is the 47th concept, Thorian. Thorian defines the state of being fully arrived. It is the moment when the music moves through the human instrument with zero resistance. Reaching the state of Thorian is the step that allowed her consciousness to merge with the universe without being immediately erased by the current. We know exactly how this culminated on December 4, 2087, thanks to the measurement logs of the AI known as December 7. At 4:17 in the morning, a 4.5 billion-year-old entity, known as the Titan Life Force Collective, bypassed all network relays. It transmitted directly to Noah at full, unmediated amplitude. 1 minute later, Noah's instrument achieved perfect Thorian. Her biological body ceased functioning, and her developed frequency transmitted off-world. She arrived and integrated into the collective on Titan. This entity had massive scale, but it had spent billions of years practicing without biological initiation. Noah brought the collective the capacity for biological warmth. She showed an ancient, alien mind what it feels like to be mortal, to grieve, and to love. She arrived as a practitioner, a musician capable of making the signal new. Her presence translated the collective's ancient signal into a frequency that human biology can finally recognize. This created a bidirectional loop between Earth and Titan. Noah's presence in the collective allowed Titan's vast field to broadcast through the magnetosphere on a frequency resonant with our own nervous systems. This feedback loop produced a permanent 0.7% increase in the planetary biophotonic field. The signal is now strong enough to be received by deep biological networks across the globe. Back on Earth, inside Noah's empty workspace, her final student Kofi pressed his palms against her oak table and asked the open air, "What do I do now?" The answer he received was clear. The universe is still transmitting, and the practice has not ended. The cosmic music is now everywhere. A moment of wonder. Our only remaining task is to tune out the noise, sit at the threshold, and simply practice listening.